Hello my lovelies, Sophia here to do some tarot readings for you. Hello man, happy November Halloween, yes. Hope you had a good one. Your picture has changed, Iman. And your name again. Or have you got two accounts on there? Unless it's a different Iman. Sorry, it might be a different Iman. Hello Stormy, my lovely. Hope you had a good birthday. Good, good. Okay, so I haven't got any prepaid readings, so I'm going to jump in with the, what is it? Collective spirit reading. Can't think then. Brain fog. Right. Okay. So if any of you are new here, welcome to my channel. This is paid tarot readings anyway, but usually, well, what happens during it, if there's no paid readings, which is fair enough, even if I help one person, that's fine. As Stormy said last week, it's nice just to have me on here because sometimes we do chat. Okay, feel free to chat. You can ask me spiritual things, okay, not personal reading because that is paid only. There is a reason why I don't do the free readings anymore. But Spirit does want 3 free collective readings around what they want to tell people in general, which is the spirit message, then a love reading, and then a career reading. But that is over the next 2 hours. Okay, so we're going to start with this. So Spirit. Okay, we seem to have, I'm going to pull these as well underneath because where was that last one? There you go. Right, we're looking at employment, home, and romance from what they've got here. So new cycles, time to move on. Yes, brilliant. Okay. And grounding yourself as well. Okay, so what Spirit is saying here is, I will show you the cards, but I do channel Spirit as well for what they are saying. Okay. So we've got a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. And also we've got a new romantic cycle begins. So there's a lot of, and I've noticed in the personal readings I've been doing this week, and that there's been a lot of new chapters coming in for people. Although it seems to be like the end of the year, coming up to the end of the year, there's still time for new cycles and new chapters. And what Spirit is saying, it's because it's time to move on. Okay, it's time to let go of the old and the worn out so that the new can come in. And, you know, overall, we're coming up to the end of another year. We look back, don't we? And we're like, oh, well, nothing really changed. But if you're not making the changes can't happen. Okay. So Spirit is saying prosperity lies ahead once you know, as these changes come in, and you're protected. Okay, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you, relax and feel safe. Okay, they want me to bring this one as well. Have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. So it's all talking about, if you're looking at moving, new romance, whether with somebody that you're wanting back or somebody new, a new career, it's time to let go of that old. A lot of people are holding on so tightly to the cozy, comfy way of how things are, that how can the new come in if there's no room? How can the new come in if you're clinging tightly to the old? Okay, so in order to relax, knowing that you're protected, have faith, okay, because there's something new that wants to come in. Ground yourself. Now on this card it says connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. You don't have to connect with nature. Just relax for 10 minutes and observe your thoughts without reacting to them. See where your mind actually wanders off to. Okay, not forcing it, just relaxing, just breathing, focusing on the present moment that you're breathing, and observe your thoughts. You'll be surprised at what is lurking in there. Okay, which is your story as to why sometimes nothing is changing. All right, so very powerful message today for those of you who are, you know, have made the decision already to move on in areas of your life to something new, or if you've been a bit frightened to, you know, trust, because there's prosperity ahead. So that was the first of the free collective readings, which was the spirit message. Don't forget, I do put the timestamps when the live is finished. Don't forget, you can check out my channel if you can't get your own personal reading in the live, or and you want an answer to something. The shorts are the best place to go to first. Okay, so there's lots in the chat for you to read. And I will be quiet for the moment, unless anybody wants to chat in the chat. Okay. But for a reading, it is paid. Okay. Like I said, there is a reason why I don't do the free readings anymore, but we do have the Spirit Collective readings. So we've had the Spirit message. The next one will be a love reading, but that won't be till 1:45. It was you, man. You're it looked different on your name. I was doubting it. Okay, so what are we asking today, man? You haven't put your question on the PayPal. Well, okay. Okay. Now, as you know, Iman, I know what you're asking, but I can only bring out what Spirit is giving here. Okay, I've asked his feelings to you, but they haven't given his feelings here. Okay. Okay, other than he thinks about you, because I'm asking them again and they're saying, well, obviously he thinks about you, how you think about him. Okay, and that is again what they're saying here. All right. They're saying here that in his current energy, he's got a lot of worries. Okay, this is a man full of worries. And sometimes this lion here, when they draw me to the lion, it's because of like either somebody's on his case or he feels pressured. Okay, so it can be like, you know, somebody nagging at him, somebody on his case, family, work, okay, a boss or something. So he's a worried man. Okay. So Spirit is saying here, there's a lot of no, that's you, they're saying. Okay, so Spirit is saying, remember, he is a mirror. This card is my mirror card. Okay, it's a mirror. He's a mirror of you. All right. So, and here we have Magician and the mirror, because Spirit is wanting you to remember that he doesn't exist in your world if you weren't aware of him. Okay, so because you're aware of him, he exists in your reality, how you see the world. He exists in it now. Okay, because you are aware of him. But Spirit is saying you're still indecisive and guarded about the way you are viewing him. Okay, you're still waiting for the changes out there to happen and for him to suddenly one day have this realization that you're the woman he needs to be with. No, Spirit is saying you're still getting confused about this. Okay, you have to release that. That's not how it works. It's, you don't get what you want, you get who you are being. So Spirit is saying you have to be strong and trust and be confident here, because what you want in your heart, the heart gets. But it's the way you see it. You're still longingly looking out there. Well, it's barren out there. She's already stood in the beautiful garden. Okay, but you're looking out there. Well, there's nothing out there. As Spirit has said a million times, out there is just the reflection. Okay? The door to opening, to romance, to open it, is for you to, how you're aware of him. Okay, you're still aware of him being separate from you. Nothing is separate from you. It's all within you. In your heart, if you want it, it's already yours, but you're not choosing and deciding. You're indecisive. So there is no movement because you're not moving. You're hoping and wishing and praying that it's going to move, but it can't. Okay, so Spirit is wanting me, literally, I can't use the mirror like that. So with the mirror, okay, if I'm looking into the mirror, I'll probably chop everything off here. Okay, burn my hand. If I'm looking into the mirror, okay, this is my hand. Can you see my hand in the mirror? Okay, and if I'm still with my hand, but I'm wanting my hand to wave at me, it's not going to wave until I wave at it. Okay, it's probably not, you can't see it very well. Do you understand? So he is a reflection of who you say you are. Well, you're still saying you're Iman, waiting and hoping that Ahmed is going to change and realize that he has feelings for me. Ahmed can't do anything. He only exists because of your awareness of him. Okay? So you haven't changed, so he hasn't changed. You're not seeing yourself in the relationship. You're not embodying a man who's in the relationship. You're still looking at the current circumstances and conditions. And they can't change till you've changed. Okay, so it's still the same, my lovely. He thinks and feels what you think he thinks and feels. If you think he doesn't like you, then you're quite right, because you're always right. Okay, it's your awareness and your thoughts. Okay. You are, when you are aware of him, you're not aware of him as your husband or your boyfriend or your partner. Okay, you are not identifying, you're not aware of the two of you in the relationship. It's the mirror, magician and the mirror. It's the reflection in the water. Okay. You're thinking, oh, well, what's his next move? What's he going to do? Well, he can't do anything. You haven't given him any instructions in your thoughts. Okay. You're still focused on the circumstances and conditions and hoping they will change. Okay. Hello, Dippy, my lovely. So Spirit is saying again, Iman, it's not about him. It's about you. Okay, you're still making it about him. Okay, Spirit's told you lots of times, if you're the version of you that was in that relationship, you would be thinking, feeling, and acting differently. Okay? Remember, nothing is separate from you. He only exists because of how you're aware of him. Yeah, but you're not changing that physical reality. Remember, if these are all infinite possibilities, okay, there's infinite possibilities, but we've only got what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so say that there's only 12 potential possibilities. Remember, creation is done. You're choosing and deciding. Okay, so each potential possibility, once you've chosen it, has its own script, and all the characters in that time, in that script, will play their part to your desired end. Okay, so you are here as Iman looking out there. Okay, seeing separation and thinking of yourself as a mistress who's going to destroy a marriage. Okay, yes, that is one timeline. That's one script. But there's also over here, okay, let's use this one, where he has only ever loved you and you've only loved him. Okay, or that you're in that relationship. He's not changing anything. He can stay married to that lady. That's in his reality. You're shifting timelines. You're shifting your reality because there is only the now moment. So that's why nothing is shifting. You're not changing anything out there. You're choosing and selecting within you. I am the version of me who is in this happy relationship. I'm his girlfriend. I'm his wife. Okay. And he's my partner who loves and adores me. And you're walking around because there's already that potential that where you are together, but you're not thinking of that from that Iman. You're thinking of it, but you're not thinking from it. That's how you embody it. Okay? If you can't grasp that, then Iman, stop wasting your time wanting him. Okay? Because nothing will change. If you've got that story already that I'm destroying the family, when you're not breaking up their marriage, you're choosing the timeline. We shift timelines multiple times a day. Okay? There is only the now moment. There is not a second ago. There is not the future. Everything is who you are saying you are right now and what you're saying the story is. You're changing stories. Okay? That film is all, and all the characters in it is complete. Once you've selected it, it's complete. You can't suddenly have the character halfway through that film say, I don't want to be in this movie anymore. You're not taking that character into that film. That's a separate film. You've changed the film. You've changed the channel. All right? All you're doing is torturing yourself, Spirit is saying. Remember, nothing is happening out there. It's the mirror. It's how you're aware of things that gets reflected back. So you are in the loop in the film where I don't get him. It could be another 5 years because I'm waiting for him to hopefully have feelings for me and leave his wife. But then I feel so guilty that I've destroyed his marriage. Okay? You haven't. He only exists because you're aware of him. If you weren't aware of him, he does not exist in your reality. okay? But it's how you're aware of him. You are aware of him being married, and you're the destroyer, okay? And you're not embodying a man who is feeling loved, who's not waiting, who's in this beautiful relationship. So you're going about your day and you're like, yes, he loves me, he gives me everything, he showers me with his love and affection and attention all day long. It's embodying the knowing that once you've put that film on, it's going to play until you press stop and choose again. Okay? So embodying it means as well is that every time he pops into your head, because you're within, remember, as within, so without, as above, so below. Okay, so nothing is happening out there. It's the reflection of what story you're telling. Change stories. You keep telling the same story and wondering why nothing's changing. Look at your physical world. When you look at the physical world, you can see what's still within you that's not changed. Okay? It doesn't matter what's going on out there. It's the shadow world. It's the world of illusions. It's the reflection. Okay? You have to persist as far as you're concerned. Nothing and no one can tell you anything other than he is your husband or your boyfriend. Okay? You've never dated him. You might start dating him and don't like him. Okay? So you could start off with, he's my boyfriend or my partner. Okay, or we're engaged, because you could break off an engagement or whatever. Okay, I mean, go to the end if you feel confident, but it's usually only people who have been out with somebody who can have that confidence to be like, yeah, I want to marry them and nobody else. Okay. You've got to be in that knowing, okay? When, like, you know your name is Iman, all right? If I said to you, hey, Susan, you'd be, no, I am Iman. Okay, so as far as you're concerned, remember, you either in this now moment, every time you are aware of him, I am or I am not. You're in I am not and I don't have. Okay? It is torturous because you're trying to go into the mirror to fix the mirror. Okay? If you're putting makeup on yourself, to look at your reflection with makeup on, you have to put it on your face. No point you drawing lipstick on the mirror and eyeliner on the mirror. All you're doing is clearing up the mess on the mirror. Okay? Hello, my lovelies. Well, they're hardly trading cards, are they? Does it say live trading cards? think you got the wrong channel, my lovely. Right. That's fine. I just wonder if some people can read these days. Okay. Hello, Wendy, my lovely. Hello, Happy Panda. That's fine. Always nice just to know people are here. Tell you what, these little tea lights just don't last 5 minutes. Okay, let's get ready for the love reading. Oh, okay. Okay, my lovelies. So if any of you are new here, welcome, first of all. Okay, so the free collective love reading covers 3 areas. If you're single and don't want anybody from your past back, anybody you dealt with, okay, you're single, ready to mingle. If you are in no contact and you are wanting to hear from somebody, you are wanting reconciliation, okay. If you are in a relationship but it's up and down, okay, say you've just had an argument or whatever, okay, so these cards are the basics. These are the extras for each area, the 3 areas: singles, no contact, and in a relationship up and down. Okay, so what Spirit is saying for the singles is that you know, be hopeful. Okay, it's got the number 2 on here as well that they're drawing me to. So the 2, you know, you and somebody else can be a couple. Be hopeful. Okay, for some of you, you may already have just had somebody coming into your you know, become aware of somebody or have noticed somebody looking at you. Okay, but for others of you, just know that you're attractive. You know, you can easily have somebody in your life, you know, where you're feeling secure and where you can have a family, you know, be a couple or have a family or merge as a family. Okay, so what Spirit is saying is here is get into that playful love energy. Okay, energy attracts energy. So being in that love energy, not I'm so lonely, nobody loves me, men are hard to find, women are hard to find. Okay, because remember, we have in our brains a reticular activating system, which is like a filter. It filters out so if you're telling a story, it will filter out all the good men or the good women. Okay, because if you're focused on there's never any good men or women out there, then you're quite right. It will bring in more more men and women that are no good. Okay, so it's because you're filtering out with the story you're telling yourself that there's no good women. The same with anything. There's never enough money. You're quite right. You will never have enough because your reticular activating system is a filter. Okay. So get into that playful energy, all right? To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Oh, love is so exciting. I can't wait to be in a loving relationship with the person of my dreams. Okay. And also keep an open mind. Now, for some of you, your person may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. But get into that playful energy, Spirit is saying. Okay. A lot of you are in this indecisive. You know, I want love, but there's no decent people around. I want love, but people always cheat on me, don't commit to me, emotionally avoidant. Okay, which is it? Okay, so there is love there. You're perfect as you are. All right, so get in the right mindset. Fruitful thoughts. Look at all this beautiful fruit on her head. It's not decaying fruit. The fruit is attracting the birds and sorry, the insects, you know, the bees. Okay, but focus within. As within, so without. So if you're focused, she's got her eyes closed, she's not looking at the physical world, she's focused within in her mind on what she wants. Okay, on what you want, a loving relationship. So get into that playful energy of it. Walk around in the day. Oh, I'm so excited that I'm, you know, could bump into my special person any day now. You know, I'm looking forward to being in a lovely relationship. Look at the story you're telling yourself. Okay, so that's for you singles. Now, for you in no contact, okay, we've got quite a few little messages here. Still keeping those in. Okay, so we've got, yes, reconciliation is possible. Okay, so reconciliation is possible. But for some of you, you are just hopeful. Yes, you're hopeful, but again, some of you have healing still. You've not sort of worked on what made it fall apart. Spirit is saying you're definitely, for a lot of you, not in that playful love energy. You're in this hoping and praying energy, still from judgment, judging yourself, okay, judging them, judging the circumstances, still looking at time, the thief stealing the pocket watch, so you're still looking at time, okay, and you're not keeping an open mind either, Spirit is saying. They don't want me to use that one, actually, so let me put that one back. Okay, you're not having fruitful thoughts. You're not seeing yourself as a couple. Okay, you're not feeling secure within yourself. All right, and you're certainly not focused on you being in that relationship. You know, the two of you together enjoying each other. You're still in judgment, and Spirit is saying, explain that. Some of you will know what it means, but others won't. So you could be judging yourself. I'm not good enough. What's so-and-so got that I haven't got if they've gone off with somebody else? They probably will never come back. You're being your own judge and jury. Okay, you could be judging them. Yes, but they've been a player, or they said this and they said that. So there's a lot of judgment. Remember, love is unconditional. There are no conditions. Nobody is going to change to make you happy. That is who they are. Okay, what happens is that when we fall in love with somebody, two things happen. Okay, one is that when you realize that you're becoming invested in that person, triggers will come up like fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, and then it will play out. Okay, remember the reticular activating system as well. You'll now put a filter on it that relationships, you can't have a good relationship. Something's going to happen. They're going to leave me. They are going to abandon me. They might get someone else, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now you may not even consciously be thinking it. It may be just how you view relationships and partners, okay, or yourself, this judgment energy, Spirit is saying. Okay, for others of you, when we true love, a true unconditional love, is when you are at a place within yourself that you're so calm, okay, that you are the love. You're whole, complete, and fulfilled within yourself. But when we fall in love with somebody, it really is a needy energy. Okay, we weave our sort of tapestry of what love looks like. It's more about the story we've woven around love than the actual person. Okay, I think the wonderful Alan Watts did a lovely example of when you've sort of found enlightenment and realized that it's you got to fill your own cup up, that you seem to become a bit cold to love because you realize you're not in that needy I need love. You haven't got all that story, and then when if you like, the rose tinted glasses become clear and you're like, well, why are they suddenly like this? Yes, it can come from triggers. Yes, it can come from the story you've woven around it more than the actual person was. They haven't changed, you have, with the way you're aware of them. Okay, so yes, reconciliation can happen if you are in that playful energy. You cannot be in your heart wanting the connection, but in your head judge and jury and judging everything. Love is unconditional. And if you're looking at the time, a watched pot doesn't boil. Okay, so get on with your days. If you're checking your phone every 5 minutes, if you're having zillions of tarot readings and your energy is focused on them, okay, then you're just delaying things, Spirit is saying. Okay, so fruitful thoughts, stay focused within. What does the relationship look like? Okay, remember, nobody is separate from you. They only exist because you're aware of them. So they exist within you in every now moment. Every time you're aware, they're not out there doing anything. It looks like they're out there doing something, okay, but they are within you. Your awareness of them. So if you're aware of them in a judgmental way, then they're not going to come back in the way that you're wanting. It will fall apart again, is what Spirit is saying. Or they won't come back because you're still seeing them as separate. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Right, for those of you in arguments, if you've just had an argument, Spirit is saying, really, don't worry. You can still have your happy relationship, or if you live together, things will be okay. It will blow over. You've already planted the seeds, like this money is seeds in the ground, okay? And it just means take a good look at why you were triggered. We can only work on our own triggers. We need triggers so that we don't keep getting triggered, okay? And a new chapter can come in. All right. So it will, you know, again, if you go into battle, there will be a war, Spirit is saying. Okay, now sometimes we can't help getting triggered and we react instantly. We either argue back, we either say something to that remark that they made. And I'm not saying don't set boundaries, okay? But I mean, you know, sometimes we do say things, okay? Or we don't say something but we are saying it in our heads. We're repeating it over and over and over and over. Okay, oh, but they said that. What do they mean by that? Why did they say that? Okay, so you're still planting more seeds. Okay, so work on your triggers. Nobody else can work on your triggers because nobody sees life through your lens. All right. This card is a bit like the Two of Cups, okay? You're here and they're there, the bull, okay? Or you're opposite, okay? So they're, again, a reflection in the water. What you're thinking and feeling about yourself, about them and relationships is what they are thinking and feeling because they only exist in your awareness of them. Okay, so for example, it says that there are there's now 9 people watching this live. I am not aware of who they are. I'm aware that Iman is. I'm aware that Wendy might be because they've come up in the chat. Who else is there? I have no idea. okay, until they make themselves known to me, okay, I become aware of them, okay? But it's how I'm aware of them then. I could be like, oh, I hate people watching me. Okay, I hate you all. And then you would all be horrible. Okay, but I'm aware of you all as me being able to guide you and help you. Okay, love you. So it's how when things come up, it's how we react and how we are aware of things, or the story we already have about those things. All right. It all comes down to the story you're telling yourself. Every time something pops into our heads, we have a little story about it. Look at what that story is. Because your world, the physical world, always reflects back your story that you're telling, or your assumptions or your beliefs. Okay, it is an assumptive world. It's the same for anything, money, anything at all. Okay. Right, so don't forget that I will be putting the timestamps to the collective readings in the comment section, so you can find it easily and listen to it again. Or go to the other lives and look at the ones in there if this one didn't resonate today. And again, you've got my channel. Go to the shorts first. The shorts are short. A lot of people don't have an attention span. But again, that again is our society, Spirit is saying. Okay, if you haven't got the attention span to watch a long video and you're just mindlessly scrolling through, like on TikTok, Instagram, or now on YouTube, you've got all the shorts, then how are you going to be disciplined in your thoughts? Monkey mind is monkeying and jumping around, or Tigger mind, and you're wondering why nothing's changing, because you're not actually being mindful and disciplined with where your awareness is going on things. Okay? Spirit just wanted to add that. And it is something, it's like if you go to the gym, okay, Spirit is still carrying on, banging on. Okay, they're saying it's like if you go to the gym, you don't go and work out once and come out with bulging muscles or a slim snatched waist or a slim stomach or defined arms. You have to keep going to see the benefits of it. You have to be disciplined to get up in the morning or go after work or whatever. Okay, but you will see the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your focus. Okay? But when that's why a lot of people who make New Year's resolutions give up. Because your logical mind likes to keep us cozy and safe. Okay, so it likes to keep us in the old identity. It doesn't really like changes. When you try and change your identity, it wreaks havoc. It will throw everyone and everything and every thought in your way for you to give up. Okay, so you could be like, I'm going to tidy my room or my house. Okay, and it's all lovely and tidy, but then a week later you could look at it and it's piled up with shit again. Okay, everything's out of place because your programming that got you in the clutter in the first place is clutter. Okay, but you're not being disciplined, and that's why things don't change. You're just mindlessly, everything has become a fast world and we're all becoming herd mentality. Nobody seems, very rare that people have an actual brain these days and can think for themselves. Okay, the shit I see on Facebook. honestly, you go onto Facebook. I rarely go on there, probably once a week. And when I go on there, there's always something on there that is like supposed to be news. Grab your clickbait headline. Some celebrity's done this, that, and the other. And I don't ever click on it, but I go into the comment section, and the people that fall for it, oh, really? Have they done that? Oh, poor person. No, it's fucking made up shit. But herd mentality. Oh, I've seen it on here. It must be true. Okay, it's very rare that it's true. If I see something and I genuinely think, is that right? I will go and look it up on my phone. I will go and Google it and look. Okay, I don't just follow the herd and click on it and then move on to the next thing. A lot of people are awakening, but a lot of people are still in herd mentality, as Spirit likes to call it, which is a term anyway. You are never stuck, Spirit is saying. You're never stuck. You're choosing to be stuck because you're not choosing and deciding something different. And when you do choose and decide something different, you give up too easy and go back to the cozy, comfy, safe. Right, they've gone quiet for the moment, which is good. So I will carry on with this. Yes, Stormy, my lovely. Yes. Okay. Now remember, they are no different to the person you are wanting. It's still a story around your awareness still of the story with that specific person. Okay. It doesn't matter that, of course, they will want you because you're seeing yourself as chosen and prioritized and adorable and lovable, etc., etc. Okay, you're knowing your worth and value. Okay, but it doesn't matter. You don't, just because they want you, you don't choose them. But see it as a, you can. It's again how you're aware of it. Okay, so even though all your exes are coming out of the woodwork, you could still be in the awareness or the story, okay, that yeah, you know, my, you know, Fred is no different. Okay, being with Fred is just as easy and natural to me as breathing. It's effortless. Okay, he's desperate to be with me. Why wouldn't he? I'm amazing. I'm the only woman he's ever loved. I'm all he wants to be with. Okay? You have to carry on the story. If you're going, oh, well, everybody else is turning up, but not my person, then that's your story. Remember, there is only right now. You will only ever experience the now moment. Okay? Right. With the ex who keeps texting, you chuff them off. Very lovely to hear from you, but I'm not interested. Okay? Nobody's got your arm up behind your back making you text that person. Okay, say it's lovely catching up with you. It's lovely to hear from you, but let's leave it as it, or just don't bother replying back. It's all right for people to ghost you. I told him, he said he could respect that, but he keeps texting like we've been chums for a year. Then block his fucking number. Stop putting yourself through something that you don't want to experience. You're choosing to keep that in place. Yeah, I've told him, but he keeps texting. Just fucking block his number. Or say to him, you said you would respect what I said and you're not. So if you continue texting me, I will block your number. You can give him the option to stop doing it. Okay? But again, regarding your person, what version are you still aware of? Remember, they're not separate. There is no separation. You haven't got to do this to get that. You embody and become aware of the story you're telling around it, and you automatically move. Okay? Everything, you've changed the film. So everything in that script, every character has to act the part of your end. The end of your film where you're together. Okay, it's written. That film is done. That film is done. That film is done. You're not taking that character who isn't showing up into that film. Okay. Yeah, but there is only the now moment, so none of that happened. That only exists because you keep focused on it. That never happened. Who told you that? That's not my story anymore. That's not the version of me anymore. Okay. So you are sort of putting that in there as a, oh, well, I've gone off track because that happened. You still thought about your person. It doesn't change the way you think about them. You're not being disciplined, Spirit is saying. You're making excuses. I'm not saying that what you went through wasn't a valid experience, but it doesn't exist anymore. There is only the now moment. You will never experience any moment but the now moment. Okay. So who are you aware of being in every now moment? How are you aware of your person in every now moment that you think about them? You're not thinking about them 24/7. Okay. They pop into your head. How are you thinking about them? How are you thinking about yourself? How are you seeing yourself? Because if you were with them, you would not be seeing them as separate from you. You embody that version. Yes, Valerie, let me just put the link for you. Hello, Neela, my lovely. Yes, there is still an exchange of energy, okay, but they are only thinking and feeling how you're thinking and feeling about them. They are purely a reflection. Okay, so yes, they may be thinking about you, but they may be thinking about you in a shit show of a way. Okay? It doesn't mean just because you suddenly are thinking about them when you were doing something else, okay, that it's necessarily that they were thinking of you in a longing, loving way. They may just have been thinking about you. Something may have reminded them of you. Okay, you have full control because nobody has free will in your personal experience. It's your reality. They only exist because you're aware of them. Okay, Valerie, my lovely. All right, let's do these. Yeah. Okay, they do want that. Okay. Not wanting them. They're wanting one of these. Are you looking at we've got 2 career cards here, so I don't know if you're thinking of a career change. I'm not saying necessarily it happening before now and the end of the year, but you may be thinking of that, Valerie. Okay, one of these as well. No, one of these. No. Okay, so the first card we had was opportunities coming to you. Okay, so that could be I did get a new lash studio and currently working at a med spa. Oh, lovely. Okay, so I will read out what these say in a minute. So this is opportunities coming towards you, whether a person or opportunities, money, opportunities, people. Okay, so focus on what you want. Remember, it's your world. It's the world according to the stories you're telling yourself. Okay, nothing is happening to you, it's happening through you. So have faith in your dreams. All right, show the world the real you, because you are here to be you, not change for anybody else. It's your reality. Okay, you've been putting the effort in. Okay, so your person is more stable. Okay, solid relationship, more peace, because you're at peace with these doves of peace. The solid marble or stone statues. Okay, solid, peaceful relationship. So the self-employment says you're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Okay, and new career is just your work focus is shifting in a positive, new and successful direction. So expect it all, my lovely. Remember, you've chosen. You're not creating anything. Creation is done. You're choosing. If your heart wants something, it's there for you to have. The heart gets what the heart wants, but it's how you're aware of it, what you're choosing and deciding, and then, right, I'm choosing this, this, and this. Okay, it's done. Okay, it pops into your head. I already have it. Okay, it pops into your head again. I already have it. I already have everything I want. My life is perfect. Okay, and then just expect it to get reflected back. It's inevitable. If you're in that knowing, yeah, already have it. Happily married to my specific person, yeah, already married. Okay, so well done. Your energy is amazing. It's brilliant. Okay, I know that you have put in the work. You've seen a lot of changes. I know in your emails, you know, and when you've been in here as well. Okay, so yeah, just expect it all. Have faith in your dreams. It's the story you're telling. Okay, if you're telling beautiful, amazing stories, then it's going to be reflected back. It has no choice. It's the law of whatever Valerie says it is. Remember, it's a meaningless universe until you give it a meaning or an assumption or a story or a label. So well done, my lovely. I know you've really shifted things around. Okay, you have matured. You are wiser and mature now. Spirit is saying. Okay, you've matured in the way you look at life and you've seen the fruits of your labor, Spirit is saying. And I know you have. Ah, amazing, Mel. Beautiful. Hope he's done good time. Be proud. Takes a lot. Hello, let's communicate, my lovely. Right, okay, we've got 5 minutes until the Career Collective reading. If today's career one doesn't resonate, then remember that I do put the timestamps for each one in the comments after the live, so one of the others might help. Also on my short videos, okay, I do have some career ones. Doesn't matter how long ago I did them. They're not time sensitive. Let's communicate. It is paid readings only, but I am about to do a collective free career message. It may help you, it may not. But again, you can go into the other lives, Let's Communicate, or you can, with the timestamps, and look at the career timestamps, which is usually the bottom one near the end of the live, or go into my shorts. Okay. By the way, I will not be doing the Sunday live next week. And it won't be on a Wednesday either. I will do the live on, I may not do any lives next week. Okay, so, but I will let you know in the community post. All right. Technically, Neela, nobody is manifesting you. Remember, nobody has free will to do anything to you in your reality. It's your reality. Your awareness, your consciousness is the one and only reality. Okay? Of course, if you believe that somebody was manifesting you, then yes, you are right. Because your reality is what you believe it is, okay? But technically, your reality only exists because of how you are aware of it. You are the one who has the power, the authority and control over it, nobody else. Unless you keep letting somebody else, okay? By giving your power away. So, Spirit, anything for Neela? I will just quickly do Neela's because it's only one card. Oh, right. Okay. I'm going to use that one, okay, because it's simple. That one was the work one. Put the work in. If you're not disciplined, then nothing's going to change. But what is this card? All you need to do, Neela, okay, is to follow the teachings that Spirit has given you. Okay, this is you. This is Spirit coming through me to teach you. They've taught you how the universe works. There's nothing happening out there. It's the reflection of your awareness and story of it. Okay? It's that simple. Spirit is saying you know it all by now. Okay? You know it all. You just have to keep, they're drawing me to these coins, keep duplicating the same story when it comes into your thoughts. Okay, please, teacher, what's 2 and 2? 2 and 2 is 4. Please, teacher, what's 2 and 2? It's still 4. But please, teacher, what's 2 and 2? It's still fucking 4. Okay? It's not going to change. So, what wonderful things do you want to experience? Spirit is saying it's up to you. It's whatever you say it is. All you have to do is literally say, I have everything I want. My life is perfect. Just use that between now and the end of the year, Neela. I have everything I want. My life is perfect. And then something comes into your mind, SP. I already have SP. My life is perfect. Being with my SP is just as easy and normal to me as breathing. It's effortless. It really is only you getting in your own way. Okay? And also, Spirit is picking you up on, yes, it is your free will to decide not to go. But when you lead from your heart, okay, imagine you're in a car. And what we tend to do as humans is the driver is our logic, our brain. And the heart is sat beside us in the passenger seat. Okay, and we're driving with our logic because we know best. Okay, our logic knows best, and it doesn't. It gets us lost. It creates mayhem. Okay, it doesn't know the fastest route. Okay, so if you and the heart is sat there going, for fuck's sake, how can this happen? I knew this was wrong, but I told you and you wouldn't listen because you thought you knew best. Okay, let the heart be in the driver's seat. Feel. You had a feeling, a strong feeling to go to another city on Friday, but I didn't go. Okay, your higher self, if you like, your inner self, whatever, God self, gives you those feelings. Trust your heart in the driver's seat. Okay, even if your logic is there in the passenger seat going, no, don't go. Fuck off. We're going. Okay? It may be that it's a new experience for me. It may be that I bump into somebody there. It may be that I learn somebody new, but you had the desire to go. Yes, you have the free will not to go. Okay, but as you said, it was a big need. Okay, follow it. I know that my heart is in the driver's seat now. Okay, I know instantly. If my heart has a sinking feeling, it's a straight out no. I don't even debate it anymore. Okay, if people say to me, oh, do you want to do this, or you want to do that, or I think of something and I get that sinking feeling, it's a no. And my brain might come in, my mind might come in, oh, but, and no. Okay, if I feel excited about something or if I feel neutral about it and calm, I do it. Okay, I just trust and I do it. Works out perfectly every time. Now, if I'm not quite sure, okay, I didn't get that sinking feeling, I didn't get that overexcited or calm feeling, I'm like, I will leave it and I will think, I will feel into it in the next day or later that day or even the day after if I'm still not sure. Yeah, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, every act is a choice and decision. Right. Let's get into the career reading. Sorry, my lovelies. Right. You know, it may not necessarily have been, Neela, to meet somebody else. It could have just been for an experience or to see something, learn something. Okay, you might have gone there and there might have been a lovely dress in the window or something. You don't know. Okay. Oh, talking of choices about work again. Okay. No, I keep getting that one. Right. Okay. So for career, now don't forget in the spirit message at the beginning, we had, let me think, it was all about new career, new home, new romance. Okay. So you can listen back to that one for more information on it. Okay. But spirit is saying here, some of you are turning your back on things that are no longer serving you. So a job that's no longer fulfilling you anymore. If you are stuck because you're keeping yourself cozy, comfy, safe, okay, and you're not sort of focused on the new dawn on the horizon, okay, then you're going to keep yourself stuck. It's your choice. Okay. And for those of you who do want to leave a job, okay, you have choices. There are choices out there. Remember the reticular activating system. If your filter is there's never any jobs, nobody's hiring at the moment, then congratulations, you've just caught yourself in your own trap. Okay, if you are in the awareness of there's plenty of jobs out there, okay, that I can always find work, then that is what your filter will be. You will only see jobs. Okay. So spirit is saying there's definitely somebody giving you money here, okay, offering you an opportunity, all right, male or female, doesn't matter. But regarding work, there is work out there, all right. Stop telling yourselves there isn't, or else you will keep seeing that there isn't. All right. Focus on what you love doing. There's absolutely no point looking for a job unless it's a stepping stone to get you out of one shit show of a job, just to give you breathing space, okay, that gives you time to look for something else. Going for a job that is not going to fulfill you. Okay, what's going to make you get out of bed in the morning? Feeling happy. When you get home and you're feeling happy still. Okay, focus on what you want. It's your world. Okay, and the door is open from spirit. Spirit's not stopping you. The door's wide open. It's the limitations you're putting on yourself, the stories you're telling yourselves. Okay, the door's open as far as spirit's concerned. Okay, so don't keep yourself stuck. Be strong, be confident. You know, if a lion knows it's a lion. Okay, if he doesn't catch dinner that day, pray that day, he doesn't go home feeling sorry for himself, saying, now I've got to be vegetarian. I can only eat grass. Okay. For some of you, just be more patient. Again, that's coming back to our short attention span and we want everything now. Okay. Roderick, my lovely, it's paid readings. But you can go back to the very beginning of the live and listen to the spirit message and see if that helps you, because it was a spirit message that is for lots of changes for a lot of people. Right. Excuse me. So I definitely won't. I've decided I am not going to do any lives next week. So no lives next week, but check the YouTube community post in case I do change my mind. Only because I've got things coming up that have made me have to move my hours around during the day. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, so we've had all the collective readings, so don't forget that I put the timestamps in afterwards. And that was for the spirit message, love message, and career message. If they didn't help you, then you can go and check out the channel. And if anybody does want a reading before I come off, a paid reading only, remember please, then let me know and I will put the link in the chat for the payments. It is only through PayPal though. Okay, we've still got sort of 20 minutes. So if anybody, again, as it's a spiritual channel, if there's anything you've ever wondered about or anything you want to chat to me about, then let's chat away. Okay, my lovelies. Right. No point me hanging around as nobody's in the chat or anything. So, my lovelies, hope your readings helped you. I hope that what we've sort of talked about has helped you, given you food for thought as well. Okay, my lovelies. So, again, I won't be on next week. If I do decide that I am, I will look out on, put something in the community post. If not, catch you all the week after. Have a super week. Love and light.